Welcome to What the Friday, episode number 1. I'm your host, Dave Lindenbaum, and I'm really excited because I've been wanting to make this a priority of mine for a while, and I finally decided to do so. Now pay attention to those words, because most people would say, I finally found the time, or I finally have the time. But really, we always have the time. It's just what we want to choose to focus on. I've decided to, share kind of like my love and my experience of health, of wealth, wellness, entrepreneurial mindset. So people out there that are wanting to start a small business, or you have a small business already, stuff is like thousands and thousands of dollars that I've spent on ebooks, on attending live seminars, on marketing and advertising, business systems, business modeling, all boiled down into 10 minutes. Probably less. We're also going to be featuring awesome exercises, awesome nutrition tips, and anything else that I kind of find fun. So sit back, relax, only for a second, and get ready for What the Friday. Do not watch this video if you're looking for a guru, one person to tell you everything and do everything. I'm definitely not a guru. I'm someone that's been learning as far as I can remember, but even more than that, I'm just curious about things. I get really curious and I set things up. My goals are more of like experiments. Do not watch these shows if you already are working with somebody else and are being effective with that. Meaning that you're reading a book, let's say like you're halfway through the book, and so far you're just taking tremendous action, whether it's a diet or an exercise program, and you're finding amazing results. Well, don't stop. If you're getting results doing something, keep doing it, okay? Unfortunately, most of society, including myself, will start 2 chapters of that book, kind of like it, and all of a sudden, they see another book, and they start reading 2 chapters of that, and they see another book, and start reading 2 chapters of that. Now that's an analogy that can be applied to anything. So like, I want to start a business selling T-shirts, and you think of the cool logo design, but then next thing you know, you're like, you know what? Now I really want to start a skateboarding company with my friends, and you start doing that. All that is awesome. I am the biggest dabbler in the world. I don't know, there might be some guy in Alaska that's like, Jonathan Dabblestein or something, might be able to dabble me off. There's something for programming your mind for success, and the way I define success, at least one way I define success, is meeting your goals, meeting your accomplishments, stating what you're going to do, and then doing it and following through. Okay, it's not so much the outcome, because we're not really in control of the outcome. It's the process. Okay. Okay, so most of our life we're on autopilot. That's just the way it is. Okay, we do something over and over and over again. We just get used to it. Best example is driving a car. You first learn to drive a car, you're freaking out, you're hitting things. Your parents they're going nuts. You're like double seatbelting it. You guys get the point. Okay. Nowadays, you drive the car. I live in Los Angeles. You see people on the phone, changing radio stations, talking to their friends, eating food. And not just like a burrito, like full on steak, knife, cutlery, dressing, dipping, all that stuff. All right. Autopilot has a purpose. It's great. It gets us through life a lot of the times. However, the problem is that we don't realize that we're the ones in control, and we can snap out of that any time. All right. Here is a tip to get yourselves out of autopilot. Next time someone says, "How you doing?" what do you normally say? What's the autopilot response? Fine. Instead, use a word different, okay? And the more positive, the more kind of like outrageous, silly the word is, you'll see that not only will you snap out of autopilot, the other person will snap out of autopilot. All right, so next time someone says, "How are you?" say, "I am doing ridiculous," or "you wouldn't believe," and then high five them. Do something silly. Practice this with people. The interaction with people are incredible. You'll see them snap out of it. When is too much too much? Meaning like, you don't want to go over the board of inappropriate. This could be too inappropriate. But what is inappropriate? Okay, this is my definition. Basically, when you interact with somebody and you're doing something a little silly, a little off the cuff to get them out of autopilot and to get yourself out of autopilot, you have to come from a state of mind that this is for you. Like, I'm doing this to brighten up your day. So like if you meet somebody at a business meeting, right, obviously pulling their pants down, probably not the most appropriate thing. It will get them definitely out of autopilot. But also if you do something like that, it's not really going to be making them their day, okay? If you look them straight in the eyes and if you like their tie and you say, wow, I really like that tie, and you mean it and you're sincere, that is something that's making their day, and it's sincere. All right, so that's the definition. When is too much too much? It'll never be too much, in my opinion, if you're doing it for them, if you're doing it for the other person. If you come from a state as, how can I make this other person's day absolutely awesome? Okay, quick K-News news flash. Bum, bum, ba-da, bum, 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 bum. I'm not stripping, I just want to show you guys. We finally got our own t-shirt made. It's a picture of a robot. We thought it'd be kind of like a parody because kombucha is a living organism, robots are dead, but this one came to life, painted on a bow tie, pencil thin mustache. Tagline is "Get Cultured," and we even got some fancy writing, our logo on the back. Can you guys guess what it is? It's not a red Solo cup either. Do not eat the red Solo cup. It's water, all right? So I'm sure everyone's saying big whoop, right? I already knew that. Yeah? Okay, right? So everyone says drink water, drink water. That's not the big miraculous thing. It's how can we ensure ourselves to have, at least 8 glasses of water a day. This is how you do it. As soon as you wake up, within 5 minutes of waking up, pour not 8 ounces, but 16 ounces. So a cup this size of water, preferably room temperature or even lukewarm water, okay? It's summertime now, so you can do room temperature, but never ice cold water. What that does, and chug it, like gulp, 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 chug that bad boy, okay? What that does is 2 things. One, by chugging it, you're gonna be doing just a slight subtle pressure onto your digestive system, onto your organs, that you'll kind of like giving an internal massage. That itty bitty pressure will help you go to the bathroom in the morning. Everyone should be taking a ginormous poop in the morning. Set your day off straight. The other thing, by having a lukewarm or slightly, or room temperature, is that it gently hydrates your colon and all your other internal intestines. Then you're 2 down, you got 6 more glasses to go. What do you do the rest of the day? Here's the other tip. Okay, so that's step 1. First you wake up, chug 2 glasses, 16 ounces of warm or room temperature water. The other thing is then throughout the day, every time you go to the bathroom, that's your reminder because you're going to the bathroom anyway. So you don't need an alarm, you don't need to set your timer. Whenever nature calls, that's when you grab your cup, fill up again. Always do 2 cups at a time or a 16-ounce bottle. Here's the reason why. I found for myself that if I have water next to my desk, before I realize it, I look over and it's empty. However, if I don't have water next to my desk, I'll go 3, 4, 5, 6 hours without having a cup of water. Okay? When you go to the bathroom, you're automatically, we talked about autopilot, you're automatically snapping out of autopilot. Okay? Hopefully we are. At least a little bit if you have to go to the bathroom. Use that. Take advantage. It's called pegging. It's kind of like piggyback on that. All right? So if you already have the motivation to get up out of your day to take a break from your desk because otherwise you're going to piss your pants, why not then just take your glass and go over to the sink, the water fountain, wherever you get your water, okay? In a pinch, listen, if you're going to the bathroom, water's readily there in the sink, okay? Now, I know what you're saying. Well, what if I don't go to the bathroom? Boom! Well, if you're chugging 2 glasses of water when you first wake up, you're insured to go to the bathroom at least throughout the day, all right? So that's kind of like one works the other. It's like the opposite of a vicious circle. It's a magnificent circle. You know what I'm saying? It's like the circle of life. I just Lion Kinged you, all right? Another thing I forgot to mention, if you have not been drinking at least 8 glasses of water, the first week or 2, you're gonna be peeing like crazy, okay? Now, I have a bladder of a 92-year-old woman living in Florida named Velma who plays Mahjong on Tuesdays. But even myself, what happens is that your bladder will just adjust, all right? Now, I wanna explain this. This is very, very important. I'm not saying it'll just like you have to hold it in. You should never hold in. Whenever you have an urge to go to the bathroom, you have to go to the bathroom. But what will happen is your bladder will just get strengthened in the fact that you'll pee less frequently. But you notice when you pee, it will be a full-on event, okay? So you'll still be peeing a greater quantity, but only less frequently.